Hello, Pisces. Welcome to I Am the Monad Tarot. Thank you so much for choosing me and trusting me with your reading. And I certainly hope and pray that all is well, Pisces. I'd like to say thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes, your feedback. Pisces, don't forget our memberships. We have 2 levels. Level 1 is for early access, as well as level 2 is for members only, Pisces. All right, Pisces, let me get you some good shuffles in, a nice 3-way split. And we will begin your reading for Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. Pisces, I'm definitely... Oh, Pisces. Wait, let me see. All right. I feel like death here, change, transformation, right? I'm hearing fire, Pisces. Okay. This is like a blaze. Okay. What's coming into your life? What's happening? Okay. Like it's on the horizon. Okay. New things. All right. I still think even though this is some good stuff, what I'm seeing thus far, okay, coming in, still be cautious. You still may have some old dreadful energy, okay, either trying to sneak in or, okay, wearing a mask. But I think you see him. I think you see this person. Okay, I think you see this energy. Even if it's not a person, I feel like you see it and you are well aware, okay? Someone who thinks they like they snuck in, like they got into your energy, like nah 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 nah. That's the energy here. Okay. So still be cautious because I feel like you got some money coming in. Okay. Um I just feel like you're just in a good place in your life right now. Okay. Powerful. I'm hearing resources, something about power dynamics. All right. It's like growth. You've grown, okay? And coming into some dynamic, just in a dynamic place, dynamic energy, powerful, knowing who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, all of this, the good stuff here. You might even need that water. Okay. You might even start a business or you have your own business, but I feel like you're going to start one. Okay. Resources, okay? And I feel like if you're thinking about it, I feel like the time is now, okay, to go ahead. I'm hearing rush into it, Lord, okay, to go ahead and into it, okay, and make it happen because you have the resources. I feel, Pisces, okay. um hmm. Pisces, I feel like there might have been some relationships, okay, from your past or even now currently that you both kind of have your back turned to each other, but it's not in a, I don't sense any animosity. It's more so, I don't feel like with you, but I do feel like this the other person, and I feel like it might be more than one person. There is a sadness here of letting go, okay, and walking away. But I also feel like there's an energy here of understanding, okay, like we both know, okay, this is what needs to be done. We both need to walk away. Okay. It's like for your growth. I don't think you feel any sadness. I feel like you've come to terms with whatever this is. And I also hear I'm not going back, but it's not animosity. It's just like I feel like just people have just grown apart. Okay. And it's time to move forward, to move on. Even if it's let's say, like I mentioned, starting a business. Okay, if you want to start a business, it might even have something to do that maybe your career, your job, and you just feel like, it's time for us to part. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of, it could just be one person depending on who you are, but feel like for maybe someone else or other people, it's more than one person. Okay, that you all are just like, it's time to part. It's time for Pisces to go. You know, you might be moving or something like that. Okay, just you going into a different uh, time in your life, and I feel like again, I'm hearing renewed, but a very powerful period. Okay, and I feel Pisces. I want to say like, don't let anyone stop you, but I don't even think that's the issue at this point. Okay, I feel like at this point, all of that is said and done. Okay, people have tried to stop you. I feel like you have probably said, had that talk. No. No, you're not going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like you've had that conversation. And you realize and recognize it's time to go. And they realize and recognize it's time to let you go. Okay, I'm here to aspire to new heights. Okay. A new cycle here. Okay, is opening up for you. Okay. Wow, Pisces, I feel like I just see abundance, so much abundance, some star energy. Okay, renewal once again. And I feel like so much peace. Okay, inner peace, contentment, satisfaction. Okay, this is like joy, but internal, like deep, internal joy. And again, being at peace with yourself, that you're on the right path. Okay. You may have a lot, I don't want to say a lot on you as though it's going to be like burdensome, but I do feel like a lot of responsibility. But I feel like you're ready for it. You're ready to tackle it. Okay. You're ready to make it happen. I mean, I feel like listen, whatever it is, the responsibilities and whatnot, you definitely have some divine guidance here. And I feel like, you can multitask and multitask well. All right. I'm not saying that you won't have helpers in some way. Okay. But it's definitely some position of leadership. Okay. Even if it's just leadership in your own life, even if it's starting your own business. Okay. Or maybe growing in your career, or maybe just your own personal walk. Okay. Um, but there's abundance here. And I feel like you may have a lot of different tasks, but you are going to be able to handle them all. Okay, I'm here succinctly. Okay, and well. All right, I hope that word fits, but that's what I heard. Okay, all right. Anyway, oh, there's my daughter in the background having fun with her friend. If you heard that, all right. But anyway, let me see here. There's not. Listen, this is not something. This is not going to be a battle for you. This is not like a struggle. This is like, I'm hearing like infinite flow. Like this is something that is just, you're just going to flow with. Okay. Not something you tussling with. I don't know if I should be doing this. I'm struggling. It's so hard. You may have gone through that already. Okay. I don't know, but where I'm at in the reading, it's not here. Okay. So you may have gone through that. Or maybe this is a situation where, hey, you won't have to go through it at all. I remember like when it came to me when I went to seminary, it was like I was really young, but it was just like I had such a feeling of just like this peace just like flow over me and within, and I felt like, I'm at peace. This is it. It wasn't a struggle. It wasn't something that, I don't know if I should go to seminary, maybe I should go to law school and say, no, it was just like, you know what I mean? Like, that excelling, like it was just there. Like it was just like a perfect match. I put like the perfect fit. and I just felt it without and I felt it within. That's what I feel like this is for you. Okay. Not a battle, not a struggle. All right. Like I said, I'm not sure what this is that you're walking away from. If it's people, if it's a job. I do feel like it's people. Okay. It might be more than one person. And again, it's an understanding. It's not animosity. It's not, oh, I gotta get away from these toxic people. It's not like that. So you could, like I said, you could be moving, okay, like out of state, okay, away from these people. It could be a job, like, I'm leaving and everybody loves at the job and it's like, oh, Pisces is leaving, but we know Pisces, has another opportunity somewhere else. But whoever this is, whatever this is, I can tell you one thing. If you don't know, you are loved. You are loved, okay? It's like these people feel like, what are we going to do without Pisces? Okay, what are we going to do without Pisces? But once again, it's no hard feelings, no animosity. Okay, nobody feeling like they want to hold you back. There's nothing toxic about it. It's just, again, we know Pisces has to move on for Pisces growth and development. Okay, and I do feel like they support you, but I do feel like that they're heartbroken. Okay, to see you go. Happy for you. Okay, that you're growing, that you're moving. Okay, mover and shaker. But again, heartbroken to see you move on. Okay. Like I said, this is something new. Okay. Pisces, it's just a beautiful thing that's happening here. Okay, this new cycle that's happening in your life. And again, it's going to be a lot of responsibility, whatever it is. But it's not something, again, that's so burdensome and I can't handle it and all of that. There's not that. I do feel, Pisces, yet and still, even though I keep hearing infinite flow, but I still feel, Pisces, be guarded. Okay? Guard yourself. Watch. Be observant. Flow and whatnot. But again, I did tell you there's still an energy that I saw at the beginning of the reading that's just like, I made it. I got in. I'm still here in Pisces energy. I went on some kind of mask and whatnot. But I feel like you see this person. Okay, so just be watchful of this person. Okay, of whatever, if it's a person, whatever it is. Okay, just be watchful, be observant, be guarded. Okay, and I still feel like you should be. When I say guarded, I mean like you don't want to have yourself open and vulnerable to any and everything. Absolutely not in this world. There are people who will tell you these things. You let down your guard. You allow that infinite that's in you, that infinite flow that's in you, the divine God, let you know when, where, and with who you can let down your guard. Not somebody else. Now, having your guard up doesn't mean, being mean and nasty. And every time somebody says something to you, you're defensive and hateful. And no, okay, that's not what that means. It simply means be aware. Be aware. Pay attention. Be observant. Okay. And not, just sure, be relaxed in the flow. But if something is said, okay, or something happens that makes this like questionable. I'm hearing the word vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable to any and everything. Okay. And as well, I feel like Pisces, the mature energy that I feel from you in this reading, I feel like you can speak to what you've seen. You can ask. Because sometimes we see things and we hear things and we think it's one way, and it's not. Sometimes like I was looking at a comment that was held back in the studio app, okay, for me to approve it or not. And when I first read it, I immediately, what? You understand what I'm saying? And I read it again about 2 more times. I was on that what, like I'm about to let this person know, and it was like it ain't worth it. You ain't got to do that with every comment. Okay, true. And then I'm going about my day, and something hit me. I was like, wait a minute. I think I misread that. Because see, nowadays it didn't have a lot of people don't use punctuation. Now, I'm born in 1972. You know what I'm saying? I went to private schools. I'm not putting public schools down. Okay, please don't take it like that. Okay, but like, social media, the way people you don't really see a lot of punctuation. I be struggling with the title sometimes, Pisces. If you pay attention, I put that period there. I'm gonna put that comma there. And lately, I've been telling myself, you don't have to do that on social media. They pick it up. They understand it. I'm not saying just myself. I'm just saying that's the social media world around now. But for me, it's just like I'm just like I gotta put the period there. I gotta put the comma. Wait a minute, do a semicolon go there? I'll do a colon go there. And then if I'm short, if I've had too many words, I hate using emojis. I hate using, or just a capital U for YOU. I hate, or like the finger that points to you. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting it down or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know. What is that, my OCD, or is that just my upbringing or what? Okay. But nevertheless, let me get back to what I was saying. I'm just saying that I later on, as time went on, it hit like, oh, wait a minute, I think I misunderstood. Okay. All right. So, and even before I realized I misunderstood, my initial reaction was, I'm let me let this person know, not on my, I ain't with it on my channel. But then I said, you know what, there's a better way to speak to it. Okay, so I was going to speak to it like at a collective reading, and in a much more a way that wasn't so harsh and defensive, and got my dukes up. You know what I'm saying? And the Aries in me. You know what I'm saying? But then even later, as time went on, I realized, oh wait a minute, that person didn't mean that like that. The way I read it, it's just they didn't put the comma and the this and the that and the this. You understand what I'm saying? And then sometimes when people write, not just on, like the comments, just period, I notice on social media, they are talking about someone, but it sounds as though they're talking about the person who created the content, or who, whatever, okay, or downloaded the video, or however, if they sharing videos, and then I realize, oh, they're not speaking to that person. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot with communication, just without the internet and social media. So, okay, so all I'm saying that to say is, okay, back to what I'm saying, is you still want to be, like it's a scripture in the Bible, it's in Psalms, guard your heart, just guard yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna guard you. They're not. Okay. I mean, you might have an occasional good person out there who will, but in general, people that not, especially not nowadays. Okay. So just don't just be completely open. Like anybody can say anything and do whatever. I'm just free and flowing with infinite within. That's not what that infinite flow. That's not what that means. Okay. Be vigilant. Okay. All right. Yeah, you might have excuse me. Wherever you're going, wherever this is, you might have some pushback, or you might have some energy that wants to try to compete with you, or try to intimidate you. Okay, like they say, new levels, new devils. Okay, they might want to try to intimidate you. Okay, but again, stay on top of your game. Okay, stay in your power. Don't shrink, don't shirk, don't bow, don't bend. Don't you don't need to offer no explanations. No, you just stand in your power. Be vigilant. Okay? Because see, a person, they're going to show themselves from the gate. Maybe not as obvious as they will later on, but from the gate. And you stand, you know, wherever you've been that's got you here, you stand in your power. Okay? This person will, they'll understand. You know, sometimes people like to test you. This might be a new supervisor, new boss, new manager. Okay, if you're moving out of town, to the whole town, the whole environment. You understand what I'm saying? All right, it's new, it's different, different people. Okay. I just feel like it may just be some kind of testing energy. Okay. Let me see. Who is this Pisces coming in here? This new person. This new energy. They may be good at what they do, but let them know that so am I. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. It can be good, healthy competition. Okay. What you might be walking into here. Okay. Again, because I don't see anything toxic at this point. And I even see that this energy here that may wants to offer you a little healthy competition, they're not going to reject you. Okay, this is not about rejection. They want you there. I'm here. They want you in there. Okay, they want you to be there. I kind of feel like this is a new career, a new career position, or something like that you're going into. Hell, you could be getting married and going into a new family. Shit. Okay, but nevertheless, okay, you are welcome here with open arms. Okay, but you know they might throw a little test at you. Okay, and I feel like you keep your composure, okay, and you keep your strength, okay, and again you stand in your power. This is not anything. Yeah, this is wherever you going here. This is not anything. This is like new in every way. This is not anything that I feel like you have embarked on before. I don't feel like you have anything like to call to your memory. Okay, I don't mean like in a social aspect. Okay, but whatever this is that you're going into, this is not anything of your past that I feel like you've done before. Okay, or you've walked in before. Okay. All right. And it may not, whatever it is. Okay, if let's say it's a job or whatever, it's unlike anything you've done before. It's not even, I feel like, traditional. The way they operate may be completely different than you've ever experienced. Like I said, you could be getting married, going into a whole new family, a new state. Okay, just new everything. I feel. I don't feel like there's anybody or anything there from your past. Okay. And it's not traditional only in the sense of it's not what's traditional for you. However they operate, it may be traditional for them, but I feel like it's totally different and separate and out of the box than what you have done. Okay. But this is good for you. This is something that is going to empower you all the more. You're ready for this. Okay. I don't know what it is, Pisces. If it's a job, like say, for example, a new position, career-wise, you have support. Okay. You even have support. I really feel like it's a job or something. Okay. Well, but you know, you have support. Okay. The support that you have is someone who is empathetic. Again, they're watchful, they're observant. This is someone of a high position, a high status, and they work to this. See, this ain't no kid stuff. Whatever this is, they worked. Hell, are you gonna be a spy or some shit? You know what I'm saying? This is some shit. This is some serious stuff here. Okay, would you gonna be an agent for one of the 3-letter agencies or something like that? Okay, because this is serious. This person, the testing and all that, this person, okay, they might be, like I said, your boss, your manager, supervisor, whatever, but this is serious. They've worked hard to get to where they are. Okay, I don't feel like, I'm not saying they may not have some kind of connection somewhere, okay, but it ain't always all about connection. There are even people in these high positions, they got to work for it, okay. And I feel like this person damn sure worked for it. Okay. If you interview with this person or talk with this person, I just heard they appreciate your honesty. You were honest. Okay. And if it's a job, that's what got you in. Okay. It's no devilment here, nothing dark, no trickster stuff, nothing that you have to worry about on that, in that regard. No immature, no tricky dicky, no lies, no games, none of that is here. As a matter of fact, they operate very stealth. That's what I said. Are you going to? I don't know how it works. You know, I don't work in that field. But are you a spy? Are you gonna be a spy? You work for some government? Okay, national government, or is this some kind of international affairs even? Okay, I mean, you don't have to answer that in the comments. Okay, but it's something like that, I feel, because even these people that you have to separate from the sadness, the broken heart, not like, oh, Pisces gonna go do something deep, we ain't gonna never see Pisces again because they gonna die. No, it's like they know that it may be a while before you see them. Are you in the military? Are you going to the military? Do you have, did you graduate confirmation? Maybe that's it. Did you graduate to some, you did the basic, 2, 3 years you did that. Now you moving on up, something. Okay. And I want to make sure that infinite flow still applies. I mean, absolutely it does. And like I said, this is something I feel like the divine, blessed by the divine. Okay, whatever your position is, your title. Because I'm seeing all kinds of stuff in the spread. Now I'm looking at it. You're going to work with people of, various nationalities, races, ethnicities, cultures. Like you may be traveling the world. This is not no gameplay, no tricky dicky, nobody have lied to you, okay, about what it is that you're going to be doing or what it is that you're called to do. Okay, I feel like your work is intense. Like I said, you'll have multiple responsibilities, okay, tasks, but you're going to meet them all. Okay, and it requires stealth. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Are you going to be a spy? Because this requires you to be you may go in places where you don't look anything like anybody else around there, but you have to be undetected. Quiet. I mean, I'm sure if you're a different color, if everybody's there one color and here you are the opposite color, they're going to see you, but it's still like stealth and being going under the radar without them really seeing you. Quiet. You may almost have to operate at times as though like you're not even there, like you're invisible in the room. You're there, but you're not there. Okay. You're going to work with a lot of different energies. And it may require you sometimes to go within to use a lot of your creativity. But again, you don't have to worry about like, you know, jobs, people betraying you, backstabbing you, and setting you up and all of that. This is not what this is. As a matter of fact, I feel like there may be times where you work alone. It's right here with the Hermit card. There might be times you work alone. Okay, anything else for Pisces? If you're questioning it, but I don't feel like you are, go Pisces. Go. Okay. Oh, like I said, there may be times you work alone, like physically alone, but you always have backup. Okay. Like you may not have a partner with you physically, but you do have support. Like I said earlier, you have support. You may see some unfortunate situations. Okay. Yeah, it's very serious here. Work that you are embarking upon. I don't know if this is short term, if this is long term. I'm here, it's going to take a while. Not as long as you might think, though. I mean, like, I don't think you're going to be away for the next 20, 30 years. But I don't know. This might be a stepping stone to something else, to another position. But I don't think this is going to be something that's fun. I'm not saying, you know, it's going to be just grim. But this ain't party time. This is serious work. All right. Let me pick an angel number for Pisces. Let me try again. Pisces. What do we have? Okay. 999. Self-love. The foundation of all love is self-love. The angels urge you to practice self-care and self-compassion, as this will lead to more fulfilling and harmonious relationships. Okay, and I'm just going to read this one too. 3131, inner peace. Okay, like I was saying earlier. Okay, find inner peace and serenity. It will lead to a harmonious future. All right, and I'm going to pick one more card for you, Pisces, from the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck. All right, for Pisces. All right, Pisces. A card for Pisces, please, from the Soul Truth Self-Awareness. There we go. Okay. Am I clear on what my soul really wants, Pisces? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Today's soul action. Ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. I certainly hope that resonated with some Pisces. I ask that you all like, share, and subscribe. To those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you have not, but you watch my videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, thumbs up, comment. Come over, see what's happening here at I Am the Monad Tarot. And you all have favor. Peace.